Yes, sir. We're officially back at it. This is Boog Nice coming at you with the Articulated Comic Book Art Podcast. This is episode 31. Got my regular crew in the house, minus Emiya Starlock, but I'm joined today by Mr. Colonel Crackers, Pharaoh Black, Rick Dom, and I am Boog Nice. We jumping right into things today, trying to stay on task, stay on topic. So, what did I get this past week? We was just talking about that Mafex Batman, which I agree with Pharaoh is a very, very nice figure. Probably the best Mafex Batman that's come out so far, no question about it. And probably up there with one of the best Batmans. You know, I don't think we still have a definitive, fully articulated Batman, but this version of Batman on this release from Mafex was very, very good. Totally shitting on the Superman figure, which was ass in my opinion. I got that this past week too.
Yeah, that thing looked really rough.
My girl actually fucked around with the cape on the Superman and put more wire through the cape. It still didn't really actually even help the figure that much. It's weird. I don't really like the way the body even looks on Superman. It looks kind of weird. Batman's build looks better than fucking Superman, and this guy could fucking lift trucks. It doesn't make sense.
It's the neck on that Superman that looks really weird. It looks really disjointed from the where it connects on the bottom of the neck, and then the paint is completely different from like the flesh tone of the neck to where the base of the neck is on the outfit.
And then
well, the neck itself is long as fuck.
Yeah, too.
Not to mention they didn't paint. They painted the fucking alternate head. The eyes were yellow instead of fucking red.
Yeah, what the fuck was up with that?
I didn't know. You know something? I'm glad you said that because when I was looking at it, I was thinking, I'm trying to remember the movie. I'm like, what the fuck was going on with his eyes were yellow? I said, well, maybe they just fucked up and didn't paint mine. But yeah,
He's got fucking jaundice. We got Superman with jaundice and shit. So
I don't really think it was that bad though, man. I mean, I feel what you're saying. He's not that muscular.
My girl painted the eyes on Superman too, and that shit brought out the face a lot. When the eyes are like red, and it looks great. But I'm mad that my girl had to paint the shit and it didn't come stock like that. So some real bullshit. So yeah, I got that. I picked up another Deadpool. Actually, I didn't pick it up. I had caught one on Toys R Us, and they shipped it. I didn't even realize the box was all fucking nondescript and shit. I didn't even realize it was a package from Toys R Us. But yeah, I got another Deadpool. I opened up the Figma Hulk figure, which I think is pretty good. I think it's better than the Figure Arts one. Honestly, I think the sculpt is better. I think it looks.
I mean, as far as accuracy goes, I mean that fucking. I like the Figure Arts one personally, but that's a fucking anime Hulk. You know, that's not a fucking movie Hulk. It doesn't look anything like him.
Right, but I still feel the colors a little off. They still haven't really given us a official green Hulk, but I guess he wasn't really like green in the movies anyway. It was still kind of like a mint off green, but I'm kind of scared though because I haven't been able to change out the hands yet. I have the open hands on the Hulk. I haven't been able to put the fisted hands on there for whatever reason. I guess I need to heat up the peg hole and the fist because they're not just sliding on there how they should. So I haven't really fully messed with them yet. But just looking at the scope and looking at them in sort of like a vanilla stance, it's a very nice scope. So that's that. And what else did I get? I opened up the NECA Newt, which I reviewed today. I just put up a review on my channel. That came out pretty nice. And I opened up the Luke Skywalker, the New Hope Luke Skywalker SH Figure Arts.
How do you like that, Luke? I don't have it in yet, and I know a lot of people are complaining about that smiling face.
Yeah, the smiling face actually doesn't look as bad as it looked in the pictures that we saw to begin with. When you get it in hand, it's a little goofy, but it's not as goofy as you were probably expecting. It's not that bad, but you're not going to use it. You're not going to really, unless it's like some joke shot that you take, and you're probably not going to use that face though. But other than that, it's very clean. It's what you would expect from that sort of get-up that they've been putting the Jedi figures in or whatever. So it moves the same way Samuel L. Jackson and the rest of those guys move. So it's a very good figure. What else? Oh, Ted. I didn't really fuck around with Ted yet, but I saw Pharaoh's pictures and I saw Slings' little mini review on P&P. I didn't even realize the figure was actually that good. It was like nicely articulated. It's got nice accessories. Ted is fucking better than Superman. So that's a good figure too. I think that was it. Yeah, I think that's it for me. What about you, Pharaoh?
I went ahead, like I said, well, like you said, I opened the TED or whatever. And I was kind of surprised that the eyebrows moving is what really like gave it to me. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I don't read instructions, so here it is. I'm popping out the Figma, the arm. I'm thinking like this little clear things that's inside of the holes. I'm like, what the fuck? Am I supposed to pop these inside this? What, they doing some new shit now? And I'm just fucking. I can't get the fucking arm in and shit. But yeah, the figure's pretty dope and shit. I still don't think it's worth the money that we had to pay for it, but I do like it a lot.
Nigga only like $25.
I don't get for that dude. That damn thing is a solid of a 50-cent piece, man.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
But as far as the Mayfix figures go, yeah, the Batman, I got the Superman. My Superman broke right out of the package. So what Ami did was they didn't want to send me another figure, but it actually didn't break out of package. It broke in package. I didn't even open it, and the figure I could see where it was broken. So I sent them a picture like, no, I haven't opened it. It's broken. So they wanted me to file a claim with the post office. I'm like, oh no, the box ain't banged up. Nothing's wrong with this box.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm not going through that shit, And so then they offered me to send me just the legs.
What?
Right. I'm like, fuck it, send the legs. But I didn't expect it because like I said, I didn't open it at first. So then I went ahead and opened it, and we had already got the deal done and everything. And my cape was crooked. Like listen, man, on one end of the cape, the left side has virtually no cape, so it's real long on the right side and very super fucking short on the left. So I hit up Medicom. Actually, I had Emiya do it for me, and they wasn't trying to fuck with me either. They didn't want to send me nothing. So I'm like, listen, man. I show them the leg. I show them the cape. I put it on their Facebook. So they hit me back, say, okay, yeah, we'll send you another figure if you pay for the shipping. So which I shouldn't have had to do that either, but I said, fuck it. So I went ahead and paid for the shipping or whatever for that. I got the Terminator figure, the police station assault or whatever it is. Come on, Fabio, which one is it?
Police station assault.
Hey.
Yes, I was with my man Dave BX. He picked up one of those from Forbidden Planet on Friday.
I got a remark on something though, Pharaoh. So you got a NECA figure, and you got an import, and the import broke on you? Huh.
Well, you haven't let me finish.
Damn.
No, seriously. Yes,
this should be good. Continue.
So I went and got the kids stuff from McDonald's, so I went ahead and I'm in a long drive through, so I said, fuck, I'm gonna open this figure up. Man, if they don't get the fuck out of here, the right arm right out the gate is stuck. So I said, no, man, I'm not finna. I'm pressing in on the peg or whatever. Snap the peg. Well, I snap the peg out there. I get really upset and shit. So I just go in here and toss the figure down. I go back in Toys R Us, show the girl, like the arm peg is snapped or whatever. Before I can even show the arm peg is snapped, she's talking about the fucking leg at the knee. The knee snap. So that's what you get from NECA. Fabio.
Damn, you didn't even notice that the fucking.
Right, I didn't know I even broke the leg. I wasn't even paying attention to that.
Yeah.
That was just the arm, which I mean, don't get twisted, y'all, man. I mean, I'll be talking shit or whatever, but that shit just happens. So I got another one, and that one was straight or whatever. I checked it before I left the store and everything, and I like the fact that they included the burned hands. That was really nice, and they included the severely battle damaged face. So that was really nice of them and everything, man. I like that figure a lot, man. Those Terminator figures are pretty dope.
I got one thing to say about it, but I'll get to it in my hogs. I got it too.
I ended up with I opened my Ant-Man finally or whatever.
Oh, you know what? I got that too. I didn't open it yet though. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's you know what? The crazy thing about it is that it's a nice figure. You just can't do shit with it. It's like because it's really crazy because everything unless you got Ant-Man standing around or you got some giant ass fucking figures to put him and display with, you really can't do shit with him because he doesn't do anything normal size.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
And that's what was crazy because I really don't feel excited for that reason. But I went ahead and opened that up or whatever. I opened the Luke or whatever. I like the Luke, but I think that the neck piece where you get to his chest, that's kind of weird right there. The gap in between his neck, if you I don't know, it's like a gap right there, just makes it look really weird to me. But I really wasn't that excited for that figure anyway.
Yeah.
And
It's not like you're gonna be doing mad action shots and shit with him. I mean, the addition of the training module thing, whatever you call that thing, was really nice touch. But I mean, you take like 1 or 2 pictures with that. What else can you fucking do? So.
I got the Tamashii Nations the effects, the buildings for large scale figures or whatever. They're like every building is maybe about 2.5, 3 inches.
Yeah, I saw that, but I guess you got to paint them yourself, huh?
Technically, no. Okay, in certain books, when you look at them, those are the colors of the buildings because it's like you're not really supposed to give a fuck about the buildings. You're supposed to give a fuck about what's actually going on around the buildings. But yeah, they will look better if you paint them. I'm just not sure how paint's gonna hold on to that plastic.
Hmm.
I thought about it. I still might try it or whatever because I ordered 3 of each sets, 3 battle damage, 3 regular. So we'll see. I mean, their builds are nice, but the streets are kind of cheap because they're just pieces of plastic with like stickers over them and shit. And what else did I get? I got a couple Gundam model kits. I don't even know what they are, man. I'm not even into collecting Gundam, but I do like building them and like swapping parts and shit around. But I got a couple of kits. I'm not sure what it is, but I'm trying to think. What else did I get? Oh, I got that Legacy Green Ranger, man. Sitting over there. I haven't even opened that. Thing's going back to
the Marvel Legends Power Rangers.
Yeah, that shit's going back to the store, man. I mean, those things have some weird, like funky shoulder joints that just look crazy, man.
That's the best way to describe them, though. That's Marvel Legends Power Rangers work.
Well, I watched a review on them, and they don't really go forward at all at the app. So that's what really disappointed me.
Mine goes really far forward.
Does it?
Yeah, I don't know. You must have been watching somebody that like doesn't know figures that much. Cause my shit goes far forward as fuck.
Talking about how the triangle, when you like, it goes back really far, but then how weird the triangle is. Looks like a double diamond or something. If you bend it, I figure all the way to the back and shit, and I don't know. But the Red Ranger didn't come with a sword.
Yeah, only the Comic-Con one. They're all right. I mean, if you like Power Rangers and you don't feel like spending the money on how expensive the SH figure arts are, they're cool. But they're not anything special. I would never tell anyone to like, man, you gotta go buy those new Power Rangers. Yeah.
Oh, I got an ultimate version of Gypsy Danger too, which I think I'm gonna take that back too, because I don't know. I just bought it just on impulse. I don't really like Pacific Rim or whatever. So.
Which version is it?
It has two. It has 2 arms you can remove. It has they're like some type of. They're like some type of beam could probably come out the hands or some shit. Like they're morphed into something. Like,
the one in the box, right?
Yeah, the chest lights up. Comes with
that's the ultimate one. You didn't like it?
I didn't even open it.
Okay.
I mean, I don't like Pacific Rim. I think I had the first Gypsy Danger, and his hips were horrible. So I don't even want to run into that problem.
The first Gypsy Danger is the one that was originally supposed to be released at Walmart. So those first few were like super cheap, but this one is on the new 2.0 body that I think was released like last year or something. But that Gypsy Danger is actually like the last figure in the Pacific Rim line because the license is up after the summer. So if you don't like Pacific Rim, there you go. That's it. No more. Unless they pick up too.
Maybe.
It's still going.
As far as like this first movie, it's pretty much donezo.
I forgot I got the Legends set. Hasbro had to send me a new Legends STCC set. I didn't open it yet though, but my guy had picked up one for me in San Diego, and I had told him to open it and ship it loose. I wasn't trying to fuck with that big ass box. And when he opened it, the Spider-Man figure was screwed up. The shoulder like backwards or something like that. So I called Hasbro, told them what was what. They sent me a shipping label to send it back, and then I asked them if they could just ship it to my crib, and they did. So I ended up not having to pay for no shipping and got it in the box basically. So.
Oh shit, nice.
Nice. Now you can use that box as a like a little set piece background.
Definitely, definitely.
I mean, you probably have to combine it with other diodes, certainly.
I see you taking A.C.B.A. pics with that weak ass box, man.
That's what I'm saying. Just use it kind of in the background in conjunction with other stuff.
Background in the background.
Like really obscure it. Like, don't even make it recognizable.
You got the illustrations of fucking like Electro and them all on the top of the damn thing, looking over the tier.
Oh, not even that. I mean, like the insert where the plastic bubble goes, or the plastic tray goes on top of it. That comes off clean because there's no tape between the plastic tray and the cardboard backing that's like made to look like the cells. So that's what I'm talking about.
They did a nice job though, as far as making that packaging unique, and they do that every year. They do a good job with that. But I heard it was a lot of quality control issues with those figures though.
Yeah, mine came out alright. I think the biggest thing was the hand swap issue with Spidey. I mean, really, if they did that, they should have included alternate hands for not just him, but maybe for some of the other characters too. Like,
definitely, it's stupid that nobody came with any accessories. You get a
only box thing, and there was the two swords.
And who she is, Enchantress?
Oh yeah, she did come with those magical effects, huh?
Yeah, I mean that Purple Man is nice though. Has anyone tried the Dave Castle head on that? Does it look good?
No, I don't know. Castle head.
All right, nobody likes Dave Castle head.
I don't own it personally.
Is that the end of your week, Pharaoh?
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
All right. Well,
and I got a shitload of Ecto coolers, man. I shouldn't be drinking this shit, man. But I've been maxing that shit.
Where do you find them at, Pharaoh?
Well, they got regular the regular type boxes are in Pick and Save, which is I think they've been brought up by Kroger, whatever the fuck that shit is called. So if you got a Kroger by you or whatever, you should be able to find them there. But Sam's Club has the actual cans.
Oh shit!
And you get if I'm not mistaken, you get 24 cans. Whatever, it's only something like $3 or something.
Yeah, I've been trying to find them outside of the movie theater because I don't want to just keep buying at the movie theater.
Yeah, I bet the fuck you don't buy $8 Ecto coolers.
Yeah, and I know they're about to disappear soon too.
They are. I've been tanning.
Much longer there.
Yeah, people got to start stocking up on that stuff, and I'm sure they have already.
Go ahead.
Anyway, piggybacking off of Pharaoh, I also got the Ultimate Gypsy Danger, but I opened it, and it's good, man. It's a nice little final hurrah, it being the final figure, and then Gypsy Danger was also the first figure, except that, like I mentioned, that first version, those first couple waves, originally Pacific Rim was meant to be sold in Walmart at like the checkout lanes and stuff, almost exclusively, and then that didn't really work out, and so in later waves, they went back and retooled a lot of the kaiju and made them bigger, gave the Jaegers more articulation. So Gypsy Danger got a 2.0 version like last year or something. It was the one that came with the boat that it can hold in its hand and a couple other things. But this is the ultimate version, so it has like the 2 cannon arms, the 2 chain swords, like 5 alternate hands. It's the more articulated body, and yeah, the chest reactor blast effect, and then the light up chest, which is pretty cool having a light up chest in a 6-inch, 7-inch figure. And it looks good, and it's well disguised, the button. I also got the Ultimate Police Station T800 Terminator, which, I did a little comparison video. I think it's going to be on the next A.C.B.A. Saturday. But if you have the Tech Noir version, it has pretty much entirely different accessories with it. So it has the sunglasses face, the missing eye, like when he takes the sunglasses off and he just has the eye that he operated on and he exposed the endoskeleton, and then like the super battle damage face that came with the Tanker Truck Pursuit version. Like I mentioned when Pharaoh was talking about it, the one thing that I really thought it was like a minor nitpick, but I feel like why did they do it is on the eyes for the the regular heads, they put a lot of black outlining on the eye. So it looks like he has a lot of eyeliner on, which is a little weird. Because when you compare like the Tech Noir version that just came before it, it has probably some of the best paint apps for, especially a Schwarzenegger head. But overall, it has some of the best paint apps on a skin tone that they've done. So it's kind of weird that for this new version, they almost went backwards and just made it look a little bit weaker than the original.
What head are you talking about?
Talking about the paint on the Tech Noir. Yo, do we know what figures Aaron Williams is working on?
I know he did the paint master for that the Scarface Concrete Jungle Predator. I think he did some of the turtles, if I'm not mistaken, like the Jim Henson turtles, the quarter scale ones. I don't know. I don't have like an exact list or anything. This is just stuff that I've heard mentioned. But anyway, yeah, T800 one. That's basically like the I'll Be Back version. So it's almost the more iconic version of Terminator. The Tech Noir one was like, I don't know, why is he wearing that weird shirt? So it's a good version to get. It's the only one that's going to come with the sunglasses, so you might want it. I got Xavier Woods from the New Day, the new Elite version that comes with Francesca the trombone. Obviously, pretty pumped for that one. I met up with Henry last week, and I gave him his Raph set that I picked up for him at Comic-Con. And then he picked up for me the Civil War 2-pack with War Machine and the Disco Iron Man or whatever. Yeah, that War Machine's really nice. I like it a lot. It's got a nice bulk to it. I like the armor design is kind of jagged, kind of like that. It's not as rounded. It has more of an angular thing going. And then I got the Civil War 3-pack as well with the Spider-Man, Iron Man. You know what? As much shit as
no desire to get that set, man. None whatsoever.
Garbage.
I figure I'm actually going to use the battle damage ones for like store displays because I don't really need them at home whatsoever. But that Spider-Man is pretty nice.
Nice.
It's all right. I mean, it's what I was expecting. Basically, it's a movie version of the Pizza Spidey almost. I think the hip joints are actually a little bit better articulated than the Pizza Spidey though.
Yeah, you might be right about that. I just don't see why the fuck they gave him those big thighs and that small head.
I don't know. As far as like him being sold individually, though, I've heard that it's like a licensing thing with Sony that Spider-Man has to be sold in packs. He can't be sold individually. So I don't know if I guess that makes a little bit of sense, but also not really. So it could be just one of those studio things. And for the time being, this might be the only way we're gonna get that Spider-Man. And you know what? I had the opportunity to get it, so fuck it.
He was sold individually for previous films. I don't see how that would make any sense.
Well, it might be part of this
new with like a secret product though. And then finally, Henry also gave me I had one of those dumpsters from like WrestlingSuperstore.com, real working dumpster with wheels and all that. And I gave it to him, and he customized it for me. He gave it some nice waste management decals and bunch of stickers on there and some grime and some graffiti and stuff, so that looks pretty legit. Thanks Henry for that. Shout out to Henry715. And I think that's about it. I haven't really been picking up too much stuff. I'm trying to save money lately, so that's about it. What about you, Rick? What did you pick up?
Man, finding these X-Men Legends is such a pain in the ass. And the worst part is I don't even want the most desirable one. Annoyingly, Amazon isn't shipping out their Deadpool's pre-orders for me at least until the 20th, and so I have to keep waiting for that Deadpool. And I'm sure I mentioned it on a previous episode. I'm an idiot, man. I forgot that it was a straight case of 8, and I just assumed that Wolverine was going to be 2 per case, so I never pre-ordered him. I just assumed, he's going to be 2 per case, and I'm going to be able to find one with the best paint for 2 per case. And of course, that's not the case, as anybody would know that would actually, use their brain. It's a case of straight 8. And I can't fucking find a Wolverine to save my life.
My Walgreens has one. You want it?
Yeah, man. If you find it, let me know.
Why are you even stressing over that? Just to get it from the shop. What are you talking about?
We're selling solo Wolverines?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. I assumed that the only one that was lucrative enough to do that with was just Deadpool.
No.
Once you sell the Deadpools, you ain't got shit else to do but sell the fucking rest of the case.
Yeah, definitely. But I mean.
Okay, then yeah, man. Then there we go. I didn't even know that was the case. Then I don't have to worry.
The thing is, when we break down the cases, though, we trying to promote that you can just get the figure loose though, and it'll be a cheap ship and a cheap figure basically. Like
No, man, don't nobody want it in the damn box. You
right.
know. Um,
Yeah,
yeah,
but real quick, man, you know what I'm saying? A.C.B.A. store, everybody bought from that, real shit. But fuck that. I got the nuke coming from you, and I owe you money for that. Fuck that. We gonna do that Wolverine and some cash.
yeah, yeah. We'll do that. I wasn't even really gonna
Support the
buy.
A.C.B.A. store.
I wasn't even gonna really buy the entire set like that. I was just gonna get a few Deadpools and a Wolverine. But like I said, throughout time, when I was going to these stores, I got really lucky in LA, and I walked into a store that had everything but Deadpool and Wolverine, and all the ones that were there had good paint apps, and I just ended up buying them anyways. And
I saw them for the first time this weekend at my local True. They had just put out two cases, and when I tell you the cards on all of them was fucked up, man. I don't know what happened. It was not only was they fucked up, but they was like a little like soggy. Like it was like I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened.
Soggy. That's really gross.
Man, that motherfucker's up under the fucking under a leaky pipe. That whole case sit there.
But
they had that shit under refrigeration.
Yeah, I'm just gonna sell everything. Everything looked good though in the package, and like I saw quite a few people showing Rogue, and she had some paint defects, but everything that I looked at looked pretty damn good though. It was just the packaging that was screwed up.
Yeah, my Rogue, the fucking eyes are straight up money. They're not cross-eyed whatsoever. I think I got a little bit of green on like one of my knee pads, but that shit you could just scrape off with your fucking fingernails. So
Yeah.
I don't even count that shit as a problem. So it's good money, man. Their paint apps have been good. The Kitty Pryde and the Rogue. They're pretty straight.
Yeah, the face on Rogue looked pretty fucking nice, man.
Man, and I was, my most hated figure from the wave ended up being my most underrated one is that fucking Cable. I thought it was so stupid. I hated that nasty ass plastic, but that shit has a lot of nice sculpting work to it. You just can't tell because of that drab, like grayish beige color that it has. And after I painted it, to my personal liking, I really liked how the sculpt came out.
Yeah, I've seen quite a few people repainting Cable. And I saw a couple of people do the head swap with the Select head on the Legends Cable, and that shit looks pretty fucking nice. Actually, let me bring up some of those.
Yeah,
I don't like that head sculpt at all.
it's easy to work with and fix it to how you like, and there's good points to the sculpt, and it's a shame that they molded it in that beige. I mean, I guess it's accurate, but it sucks because so much of the detail is lost. Nobody is ever gonna tell that there's detail on it because of that shitty ass beige.
Yeah, you can't see bullet holes in it or anything.
Yeah, it has bullet holes, it has scratches and stuff like that. Like, damn, man, how can nobody's gonna be able to tell? It's just it looks like a fucking chalky ass plastic. But it ended up being a pretty cool figure. At least in my opinion, I thought it was pretty cool. I got that Ant-Man coming in from Johnny. I really I don't have it in yet, but I can already tell that it's just I think the biggest problem with that Ant-Man is that there's no accessories. Like, how come it didn't come with the little truck that he fucking shoots a thing at?
Word.
That
Like little Ant-Man.
Yeah, should have came with the little truck, that he throws, and he's just like, oh man, I thought that was a water truck.
I think that honestly, maybe they didn't have that information at the time.
Yeah, you gotta hope that that's the reason because there's really not many accessories. Like I would have liked more hands. I think that you are right. It's one of the things that I kind of just hoped that they just didn't have enough information that Marvel was willing to give to have those accessories ready, because I just assumed that they would have done it if they had it. So I hope that is just the case.
I know for a fact when looking at that figure, something had to be going on because he doesn't have the button on the hand either to grow or shrink.
Mm.
That's not even you would have thought that they at least even had a hand in doing the gesture or whatever. It's nothing. Like you said, it's just two open hands and that little mini figure. That's it.
Wow.
Yeah. the figure looks good, but like you said, there's just a few things that I think would have really put it over the top if they would have done it, and you just kind of have to assume at this point that it's just that they didn't have the information from Marvel that they were willing to give. Um, I don't have the Luke yet, but I am getting that in. Um, I ordered this 1/6 scale figure from a line that I'm sure nobody in the United States knows because it's a Singaporean line of these characters with basically skull helmets on, and
I ordered that too.
they got like streetwear. They're
The
called
shell to
Bonehead.
Adidas
Huh?
with the shell to Adidas and the Jinko jeans and the hoodie.
No, no. I know which ones you're talking about. These ones are different. They're kind of more like Asian-y style. They got like kind of like streetwear clothes and stuff like that. They're really cool. I'll link you to them. They're pretty sick. One of them has a varsity jacket. The other one has like all black clothing and stuff like that. So I bought one of those. Really really cool looking pieces. I seen only one review online and somebody said this it was fucking sick and the design to me looks cool and I don't think it's based on anything. I just think it's based like on an artist's design. So there's nothing for me to like look into and find. I don't think.
We'll link it up here.
Yeah, yeah. I'll link in right now. They're pretty cool. They're not I guess since you can buy from Ami, they're not that expensive or anything like that. You could buy from their store directly too, and I've never bought from their store, so I don't know what their shipping is like. But the prices are pretty affordable, and they're not as much as a hot toy, so that's always good too. That you get that. Yeah, the company that makes them is a company called Glitch Studios. They're Singaporean, I believe. They were at last year's Comic-Con, and I was hoping they were going to be at this year's Comic-Con too, because the guy that I'm in contact with that helps me out at Comic-Con to get my badges, he's actually friends with the owners, but I guess they kind of had like a little falling out, and they didn't end up coming to Comic-Con, and it was kind of fucking sucked. I was really hoping to get that that hookup and that connection with that company because I really do like I really do like what I see so far. Really really cool looking pieces. Um, what else? I'm linking it to the live show chat for you, Pharaoh, if you want to take a look. What else did I get this week? Oh, I'm finally I didn't plan on building it, but as soon as I got that Kitty Pryde and I had that that Magneto looking Onslaught head, I fucking went back and I'm trying to complete that Onslaught right now.
Who you still need?
What happened?
Who you still need?
I need the piece from the back for Captain America, and I also need the piece that comes with Sharon Carter. And then I'm done.
I might have those two.
Nice, nice. See, there we go, man. See, it's all coming together.
I actually sent my man Shan Bowie a complete Onslaught from the Red, that whatever. I sent him the complete. I broke down a case for him and just sent him the complete Build-A-Figure or whatever. Actually, like last week.
Yeah, dude, the difference that a fucking head sculpt makes on a figure is nuts. Because I had no desire. As soon as I get the head sculpt in, I'm just like, well, never mind. I gotta build it. Definitely. And having it almost done now, it's just like, damn, dude, this shit is sick. Really menacing looking head sculpt. Really cool piece. What else did I get? I don't think I really bought anything else. I did buy those Power Rangers that Pharaoh brought up because I bought the one at Comic-Con. And I don't understand how those swords don't come with a regular release. It's stupid. They're okay. It's like I said earlier. If you like Power Rangers, I guess, and you don't want to pay for the SHF, they're perfectly fine. But definitely shouldn't be. If you have the money for the SHF, just buy the SHF because these ones are, they're cool for the time being. They're cool for what they are right now.
You see that right?
See, that looks very similar to what they do. Right. Yeah, it even looks like the guy that I sent you.
That's what I ordered that one. Yeah, it's from Devil Toys or whatever. I haven't
Oh,
gotten it
man,
yet.
I want that one. That's really cool. Yeah, let me know how it is when you get it in, and I'll let you know how the ones that I ordered are when I get them in as well, because that's really cool.
I like that one. Like they got another with a red jacket, and they got an all white version. Actually, I'll share it. I'm up here sharing it, whatever. While you talking, I'll find it.
Yeah. Um, I mean, cool that they basically do a build a figure Megazord. So that's pretty cool, I suppose.
Yeah,
Something.
I would have thought it would have been a little bigger.
Yeah, man, it should be bigger. It should be. I agree. This Megazord is going to be like the size of the figures. So
Right.
I do 100% agree. It should be bigger.
Yeah, you're gonna have a hard time doing some real nice perspective shots
Unless you get those building.
Oh yeah. Oh man, that's with Bait. That's pretty sick. I know some of the guys over at Bait.
Right.
So damn, I never even saw it there at fucking Comic Con. I wish I would have known. I could have gotten it if I would have known.
I really wish you. I wish you would have said something. I definitely would have had your ass pick me up on.
Yeah. I didn't know, but I would have gotten it. I got the Snake guys from Bait.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got the Snake Eyes, but I didn't even know this one was a thing. I was so busy, man. I didn't have time to do shit. I didn't get any of the stuff that I wanted from Mattel even at Comic Con because I was just fucking busy as shit. I wish I would have known. I could have gotten it. Maybe I'll hit somebody up, see if I could still get it.
You trying to get the Shockmaster, Rick?
Yeah, man, I want Shockmaster so bad.
I ended up picking him up kind of on impulse on the last day because there was no line at Mattel.
Oh man, I wish I would have I guess the last day I was really busy too. I ended up barely making it to get a figure from fucking Enter Bay. So, but damn man, I wish I would have known because that resale is crazy on it. It's like $70-$80.
Really?
Shockmaster wrestler.
Yeah, the Shockmaster.
It's the funniest fucking video.
Yeah, it's the funniest thing. It's so
Sting
stupid.
is about to, Sting before he was all dark and stuff, he's about to introduce his new tag team partner. He's like, my new tag team partner is going to shock the world because he is the Shockmaster. And then the guy, like, some lightning strikes and the guy, like, bursts through a wall and then falls flat on his face and his helmet falls off. And he just, like, crawls away on his hands and knees embarrassed. It's hilarious.
Yeah, it's the most ridiculous. It's the worst entrance in wrestling history, in my opinion at least. Debut. And the guy's helmet is just a bedazzled fucking stormtrooper helmet.
Yeah.
Terrible.
The glittery stormtrooper helmet.
Arn Anderson is in the back making the voice. Shit, vicious. It's terrible. Another thing though, for the viewers that may not be on Plastic and Paint or around the groups, those Master Chief figures that come with that teared up hood and whatnot, the hood will fit on the cable. So if you have that hood, or if you see that Halo figure at your local Ross for cheap and you want a cloak for your cable, you can totally put it on. It fits no fucking problem. It's good. So you can do that.
Have any of you fucked around with those new Halo figures by Mattel?
I want to because they look good. They look.
I've heard they're pretty good.
Anthony's Customs has been giving them pretty rave reviews, and Anthony,
He probably gave Anthony some shit. I've never heard that man say any figure at all except Street Fighter was actually good.
Oh man, he's liking them. He gave them really positive reviews. He pretty much said almost nothing negative about them. So
I seen one of his reviews like maybe like 2 weeks ago. It was like. And I'm not subscribed to him anymore. I don't talk to him at all anymore. We're not cool, I guess. But I saw he was reviewing something, and his style of speaking and review seems so much different from how it was before. It seems like he's really trying to not be like the bland Anthony's Custom that I know from.
Well, Anthony.
I'll watch him sometime.
Anthony now is not like before where he was having a job and he was doing this on the side. His entire job now is just YouTube.
Oh, really? That's what it is. Okay.
So he puts more effort now into what he does, and when he was reviewing them, they look pretty cool. So maybe I'll buy one and try it out. If I don't like it, I'll go fucking return it.
I don't know.
I'm definitely not stepping in, balls out, getting every single one. That's not
wise. I just don't see it though, Rick. Because I mean, the McFarlane figures. I'm looking at these figures at Toys R Us, and as far as paint apps and detail, the McFarlane figures crush those figures.
Oh yeah. The detail wise, they look very plain.
Yeah, they need just a black wash though, because there's a lot of really good sculpted detail on them. You just really need to bring it
Yeah,
out.
yeah, another one of those figures, like Cable, but it seems like it's an entire series of just things that have a great sculpt and you just can't see it.
The whole thing with Anthony is I was watching one of his reviews the other day for the Play Arts COD Batman versus Superman figures, and he said what I had said a while back when I was getting rid of my shit. Like, these figures just aren't working anymore. Not to like intro for Play Arts COD, but you realize those things are running you between 100 and 130 bucks, and I just don't see the quality in those figures anymore.
Yeah, I mean there is no arguing at this point that Anthony was pretty much the biggest reviewer for Play Arts Kai figures on YouTube.
Yeah, I would definitely agree with that because
I don't think anybody
was reviewing them or even buying those shits.
Yeah, I don't think anybody reviewed ever as many as him, and he was just it was a really sad decline because every figure was just more money with less things, more money with less things, more, and he was just getting more and more annoyed and pissed off with the line as it went on, just like I did. I sold my stuff pretty much the same time that Pharaoh did, and I made great money off of it, but I don't care to pay that much for figures when there's so much money. I may as well fucking go buy a hot toy. Personally, may as well. They're nearing. I don't know if you've seen Pharaoh. They're nearing like $160.
Yeah, they're getting ridiculous. I think that the ones that are good are the Final Fantasy ones.
Oh yeah, and they're well priced because they don't have to pay the license. It's just if they own Final Fantasy, because they're Square Enix, so the price are a little more reasonable.
Yeah, but other than that, though, man, I just didn't see the attraction because where they really started turning me off was when they started giving Batman a 2-section cape that was heavier than the figure.
Yeah, I totally agree. I completely agree.
Bullshit.
I mean, even when I had Batgirl, she had a 2-section cape and it was small and it was very annoying to deal with. And it was small, man. The thing didn't even go down the small of her back, and it was cumbersome and it didn't look good. And I was just like, damn, dude, I can only imagine what a Batman one is like. And
I want you guys out there to know that the Play Arts Kai, when I first bought Play Arts Kai, my first figure was Dante from Devil May Cry. The figure was $39, and that was at a comic shop. So I want to say that it might have retailed for slightly less than $39 if you got it from Emiya. Those things went from $39 to about $139. So
yeah, it's a pretty ridiculous jump, and
it's a weird scale on top of that too.
And the worst part is that it's not like somebody could argue that they're getting better. They're pretty much getting worse and worse. And you're getting less and less, and the price is going up and up and up, and people, it is. I don't know how much longer that line is gonna survive with the price hike that it's going at. I can't imagine people like this line that much to keep paying those prices. And if they do, I don't know.
I feel like those figures always look really good at cons, though. When you see them at Comic-Con, Toy Fair, and stuff like that, they are an attraction to a lot of people, to casual fans and this and that. Their booth gets a lot of attention, but I guess it probably doesn't really equate to sales though in the long run. But
I think they're selling the shit out of them. But it's just crazy that they just are like they're hundreds, man. Bull, it's just crazy that the motherfuckers are like $100-something damn dollars, man.
I remember when they were cheap because when they first came out, I was contemplating getting a few. I was contemplating getting the Street Fighter figures when those were still pretty reasonable, and then when the first reviews and stuff came out of them, people were not really digging them. So I was like, you know what, fuck it. I saw it in person at Image Anime, and I was on the fence for the Ryu, and I'm like, you know what, I'm not getting it. And then my man Danny LeBlanc copped it, and he was like, nah, I don't like it. I'm gonna sell this shit.
Yeah, if anyone is interested, check your local GameStops. When Emiya was here, hanging out at my place for a while, we went to a fucking GameStop, and this GameStop by my house has them for fucking $40 a piece.
Yeah, you're not lying. They got a lot of different shit. For
a lot of Play Arts Kai on sale at GameStop. So go to your local store if you do.
GameStop has some weird, crazy sales on figures every so often. Remember when they had the Ultrons and
Sorry.
the Shatari for like what $4 or some crazy shit?
Yeah.
I
I
got
bought.
the quarter scale Man of Steel Superman from NECA for $20 on GameStop.com.
Oh shit, that's a fucking sick deal.
Yeah,
Right?
right.
They gave you because it's garbage. They're like, come get this bullshit.
And come get that bullshit I did.
They know. They said we
So
give you extra 15% off if you wore with your panties with Randy's face on them.
that's pretty much all I had for the month. So let's get into the first topic. Get this ball rolling.
Real quick, I gotta say to Pharaoh, you should stay tuned for the NECA interview going up later tonight because Randy has some pretty choice words for you in particular.
Really?
Damn.
Randy ain't gonna say shit to me because he gonna get his ass beat.
Stupid.
All right, I
You
can't
really
wait to see how
dressed
that goes.
now? I gotta see this shit. Yo, speaking of which, let's plug Fabio though because all the interviews from Comic Con have been phenomenal, man. You did a really good job, but you definitely on some bullshit though because the NECA interviews is dumb long in comparison to the other interviews.
Damn.
That fanboy bullshit.
You know what? It was like a time thing.
But I will say that you're excellent behind the camera and on the mic, man. I got to give you much respect. And I knew this before these interviews, but I got to say it publicly and for people to check out all of those interviews, man. You did a great job.
Thank you, man. Thank you. Appreciate it. I think people are really liking him. So, if you guys are in the chat and listening to this right now, yeah, go check out those interviews. Let me know what you think. Yeah, I'll admit the NECA ones are pretty long, but it was kind of a time thing because a lot of the other guys were in the middle of stuff and still trying to talk to licensors and
You had to make an
kind
appointment.
of wanted to get the product walk through. Whereas with the NECA guys, they were a little bit more relaxed, not a lot of people like around them or whatever, and so they were. It was more like a conversation with them, just kind of talking.
Did you have to make an appointment for NECA though?
No, not really. I just went up and talked to Randy, and he's like, "Yeah, I got to meet with this guy at this hour, so let's get it done before or after."
Do you gotta make an appointment with Pep? Talking about, did he make an appointment? He ain't made no damn appointment.
It's Zach from Diamond. Actually, I was on my way back to my car, and he walked by. I recognized those epic sideburns, and I'm like, "Hey, you got time for an interview in a little bit?" He's like, "Yeah, come on by the booth." So yeah, it's pretty easy. It's funny when you notice like the different kinds of companies, like with Hasbro and Mattel, and say like Mezco and NECA, because with Mezco and NECA, it's pretty relaxed. They're just like, yeah, I'll step away from the booth for a minute and talk to you, whatever. But Hasbro, with Dwight, for example, is super, he's very regimented in the schedule. And then they have the social media girl that's there recording the interview while you're doing it to make sure that you're not, disparaging the company or whatever, and they have it on record. So, NECA doesn't have any stuff like that. Just kind of interesting. I don't know. I didn't know they did stuff like that.
Yeah,
That's good. That's good, man. Because Randy, like I said, man, I be talking shit, and I do not like the fact that Randy chooses to neglect certain properties just because he doesn't like them. But I mean, as far as making action figures go, man, if it wasn't for him, we just wouldn't have a lot of movie shit. So I'm definitely glad he's around. But Zach,
he's always down to chop it up with people too. He's very easy to approach and talk to and shit. Zach too. Zach O is definitely like that. He's mad.
yeah, but he wants you to big him up, though, man. I don't feel I should have to big up the company to have a relationship with the company. I think I should be. I mean, I don't think you should go along and say, man, this product is bullshit. But if this product ain't doing what it's supposed to do, you should be able to say that.
Yeah, no question. I mean, me, a couple of us, we in a position where we could say that shit and it wouldn't matter because we not trying to make a living out of reviewing figures and shit. So it don't really matter.
Yeah,
like you know what I'm saying?
He was mad at me though, man. That dude, he on that War Machine review. Oh my God, man, dude was not having it. He was really pissed, and I'm like, I don't understand like how you have the figure able to turn left to right, and you don't just go ahead and throw the ball joint in where it can move forward and backwards.
Mm.
Like, I just don't get it. Like, I don't, or like with a Spider-Man figure. If you can't cross a Spider-Man figure, man, something wrong.
Yeah, no doubt. We getting off topic. What we
Yeah. First topic. I'm sure all of us have watched it by now, and if anybody in the audience has it, well, then I don't know what the fuck to tell you. It's been enough time. Suicide Squad. We all, I know, I think I know some of our opinions on it. I think we're all pretty much very different on what we thought of the film. So you know, what do we think of the film? Boog, why don't you start it off?
I didn't dislike the film, but I didn't think it was a great film. Um, I didn't feel like I was tired as fuck, and I did start dozing off towards the end. But I don't think it was because it was dragging like BBS. Like I was genuinely dozing off in BBS because the shit was just dragging at one point through the middle towards the end or whatever. But um, I can see that they really tried to make this a much more upbeat and fun and up-tempo movie and something that, the casual, uh, I guess, comic book fan could enjoy. You don't really have to be engulfed in the universe to really understand what was going on. But at the same time, it was like a lot of parts that were stupid as fuck to me. Like it was like a lot of dumb shit with the plot. Even how the team got together and like all of a sudden they was just ready to just abide by the rules and be friends and like things happened really quickly. It was a lot of shit that was just thrown in there. I thought the editing of the movie was a little strange and I don't know, but the individual performances of some of the people I thought was really good. I liked Will Smith, even though some people said he was kind of out of character for that character. I don't really know. I'm not. I haven't. I probably read like 3 or 4 DC books in my whole life, so I don't know. I didn't think Jared Leto's Joker was horrible, but it was awkward. It was real awkward. I wish they could have fleshed it out more, but I guess this really wasn't a movie for that. Honestly, I don't even think he needed to be in the movie at all. I think Harley and Joker could have been out of the movie, and they could have gave more screen time and fleshed out the other characters and really went in depth with this ragtag group. Like Harley,
Harley outside of the Suicide Squad, man. What are you saying?
who? What?
Harley not in the Suicide Squad. I said, what are you
Well,
saying?
again, I never read the book, so to me, like, I felt like a lot of her parts were like real cringeworthy and just like forced, and it was like stupid, and it was like, yo, since when is Harley like a crazy combatant? I don't know nothing about her being able to like hold her own, and like, I'm sure she's killed people in the books and whatever, but to really just be like in the thick of it and be like crazy with hand-to-hand combat and like I didn't that was something that was news to me. That was new to me. I didn't really get it. But really I don't know. It wasn't a great movie to me. It wasn't complete trash. I would definitely watch it again on Plex or some shit like that. But I wasn't like really, really into it. It wasn't that great to me.
All right, well, look, all right, y'all give me space. This, I'm gonna be honest with you. I like the movie. Now, was certain parts of the movie kind of like, of course. I mean, that's to be given with a lot of shit. I was surprised at how well they all did actually in the movie. I think that to address what Boog was saying about Harley, Harley can fight. I mean, well, Harley's really most of everything I've ever seen her do was gymnastics, pretty much.
Okay.
But she get in there, mix it up with people. I don't think that the chick who played her did bad at all, to be honest with you. I know a lot of people wanted to see that when they showed the Mad Love scene, they had her in the actual Harlequin get up. People wanted to see her in that, which I think is just dumb as fuck. I mean, it works for the cartoon, even in the comics, but when I actually got to see them on that in that part, I'm like, that costume is horrible. Like, just for real, it's just a dumb costume. But anyway, I think that yeah, it was pretty good, especially when you take a bunch of people, they're all criminals, um, they don't know one another, and they pretty much are just dropped into situations and told to go. You know what I mean? I think that it followed a book, not an actual story, but it followed like the Suicide Squad. It was pretty good. I liked Will Smith's performance. Man, I really didn't think he was. going to be a good Deadshot, but he was. I like the nod to the what's it called, Rick? Isn't that the Batman? Is that the Arkham Knight? Um, remember he was. I think it might showed up in a comic, but definitely in that cartoon,
Mhm.
the Japanese animated one, when Deadshot had the top hat and the trench coat and his face was wrapped up.
Oh yeah. That's that one where it's like an Asian-inspired Batman.
And I mean, I really think that when they threw that, he showed up in if I'm not mistaken, man, I don't want to say he did, but if I'm not mistaken, he showed up in a comic like that before too.
Yeah, with the top
But
hat. Yeah, he's worn one before.
that was pretty, that was pretty nice how they, put him in that and everything. Crop, he could have been bigger, most definitely, but it didn't ruin it for me. And I like the fact that they introduced him in on screen, so I could potentially have him in a Batman
You
movie.
know what? I forgot to mention that. Fucking Killer Croc was on some coon shit. I wasn't feeling some of his lines and like that shit was.
BET.
It was borderline.
The BET thing was over the line, man. I wasn't feeling that. But as far as anything else, I mean, you got to realize Killer Croc was a goon anyway.
Yeah, but he wasn't a fucking slave.
Nah, he wasn't a slave, but he wasn't. I mean, not to. He wasn't a genius either, man. Like Killer Croc was he was like a. It's hard to explain it, man. He was just like a brute, though, man. Like, you know what I mean? I don't know. I mean, I get what you're saying because I mean, the BET part had me like, what the fuck? And then when he's laying there
Come on, bro.
at the videos, I'm like, oh god.
Come on,
But
bro.
Yeah. I mean, I'd seen, I noticed most of the jokes were like very like, "Hey, you're supposed to think he's black," and I was like, okay, not a problem. And then when he did that whole BET thing, I was like, "Oh, come on, man, what is this? You don't need to be doing this right now."
That shit
but
was
a lot of people don't know shit about the Suicide Squad. So I mean, I'm not really mad at the director for throwing certain shit in to try to like get you to understand what these characters are and where they come from. Because you have people calling Captain Boomerang, Mr. Boomerang, and all type of shit, man. I mean, I read reviews where they just had the names just totally wrong, man. What's especially the one with what's the group name? Diane Wood,
Yeah,
where
Diane Wood.
Ninja and Visser was talking about the Joker and fucking Harley was based off of them and shit. I'm like, what the fuck, man? Like, what the fuck are you talking about? But also one of the things that bothered me a little bit was the fact that they turned Enchantress evil. Because if I'm not
Yeah,
mistaken, Enchantress wasn't evil in the comic. I think I I forget what the big guy name is, which would naturally make it that guy's sister, but I forget his name is. He was evil in the book, and so was his sister, and I forgot what they called her. But I know that the Enchantress, I don't really believe was evil. So I'm kind of thinking they mixed a couple characters together to come up with her or whatever.
Yeah, that whole end sequence was a mess, though. That whole like, just the villain in general. Like, I didn't even feel like they weren't even ready to take on that level of threat, in my opinion, yet. Like, I don't. They made the threat this huge. They made it like it was a huge threat level, and then dumbed it down when they got to the final boss and shit, and it wasn't. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was weird. It was.
You're right about that. I don't think they were. I don't think they were actually ready to do that either. That's not something that was almost on a global scale. If it could have potentially got a little more out of hand, it could have been really fucked up. And
Right.
Suicide Squad wasn't ready. Not even, and they were so far apart individually. Like you said, they did rush to come together. That definitely happened. But I mean, when you really think about it, man, I really think they took a large amount of the element from Assault on Arkham.
Mhm.
I think that they pretty much, made the base to Harley and Deadshot, like they were kind of feeling each other a little bit or whatever else. And I don't know. I think Killer Croc was a little too tame. In my
yeah.
opinion.
Killer Croc is really supposed to be very beast-like. He's
Right.
not. He's not supposed to be so cordial and nice. I
That,
mean, at most, he had to have been like King Shark in what was that Suicide Squad one? Assault on Arkham.
Yeah.
He should have been like that, like not like much more ready to fucking bite your head off at any moment.
Well, even with Harley, she wasn't. I don't think the one problem that I had with Harley was that she wasn't like Harley would snap out. She started screaming and like she had that anger
Yeah.
issue almost. And
Yeah, it's that was a big problem too, Pharaoh, is that that was my biggest problem with the film, is that Harley and Joker are fucking weird, happy, and love people. Man, the Joker's supposed to treat this girl like his fucking shoes.
right, he treats her like shit.
Yeah, and the reason that she has these crazy outbursts is not just because she's unstable, but it's because, when it comes to Joker, she just kind of shuts up and takes it and gets sad and depressed. So when somebody does something she doesn't like, she fucking, just like you said, she just goes, "Stop that!" Like,
Right.
goes all crazy at random, letting out her frustration. And that was my biggest problem with the film, is just the Joker's so obsessed with Harley. He's supposed to use this bitch whenever he wants, however he wants, and be detached, although she's really attached to him.
Yeah, he's doing everything. Going to break out of jail, going through great lengths to get her and shit, fucking
Dude,
up his own operation.
this Joker and Harley is Joker and Harley like the general populace think that they are.
Right.
This is what people
I think that
imagine
they're
they are,
gonna
but
go
that's not
to
what they
another
are.
Morpheus. I don't think that this is the Joker that is going to stick. To be honest, I was sitting back, I was looking at it, I was thinking about it, and I said I really think something else is going to happen. I don't
I
think.
hope so. That would be cool. I mean, in the comic, we've seen that there's like three different fucking Jokers.
Yeah,
So
it's
I
definitely.
don't mind that he's probably not the main Joker or something like that. I think Todd said in the comments something that I really agree with. I think the acting was particularly good in the film, but I don't think that the writing was that strong. I think Captain Boomerang
I
was
could, I could go with that. I could agree with that.
yeah, the writing. I mean the Captain Boomerang character was very. To me, the only characters that were spot on was Katana, Captain Boomerang, and Nick Fury, but a woman. Uh, they were the
Boy, was that beast, man.
they were the only characters, at least in my opinion, that were spot on. Katana was fucking identical to the comics. One of my
Mm,
friends complained to me that he hated Katana, that she really wasn't like she's supposed to be, and I was like, dude, you read Katana? She's exactly the same.
sure is.
Yeah, very quiet, very like obsessed with her dead husband. She been fucking talking to the sword. I was like, she was pretty much spot on. Killer Croc, I didn't have a problem with until that BET thing. I was just like, Jesus Christ, man! Like,
That shit
we
was
get it.
man,
He's
that shit was
black.
strange, man. Come on, man. Come
Yeah,
on.
like, come on, what is this? Enchantress is like in the comic book, she's more of like an anti-hero, kind of like Punisher-ish,
Right.
where she's not really a villain. And she's not really like a hero, but to make her straight up like she just wants to destroy the world because they don't worship her anymore was so weak. Um, and my other big problem with the film was when they were building up like, damn, these dudes with the bubbly faces, we can't kill them so easily. What are we gonna do? And then they fucking come up with these crazy ways to kill them, and then eventually the bullets just kill them. And
Right.
a bat apparently kills them. But they made it seem like they were gonna be impossible to take down because they were like zombies. But then in the end, they took them down.
Well, I think that to be honest with you, I think that's all due to bad writing because
Yeah,
I think that the dialogue didn't convey over what was really going on because you have to understand how they amped up your like they try to just get you like okay, Flag is just this badass fucking military dude. And in reality, him and his squad were just regular dudes. Like, them
yeah,
dudes knew what the fuck they were doing, man. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and I mean, I think that it was just a combination of it just didn't convey over because I don't think that they actually ever meant for us to feel that people couldn't kill those things, whatever. Because I mean, when you think about it, just with common sense, what the fuck else was the Suicide Squad going to do? We know what Deadshot does. We
yeah.
know what Harley does. I mean, they did Slipknot dirty, so we couldn't even get him to start doing shit. But fuck it, he's gone. I mean, I mean, I knew that was going to happen anyway. They had no
You know,
choice.
I'm not familiar with Rick Flag's character. Obviously, like I said, I don't read any DC stuff, but I didn't really like that actor for some reason. I don't know. Maybe you guys can tell me
You
if
you know what's funny is that Emiya's roommate Brian, he fucking hated Rick Flag.
you.
Uh, Apparently
Look
he
at the dude that
fucking.
played RoboCop. With his punk ass.
Yeah,
I didn't like him.
I thought he was all right, but I know people really don't like Rick Flag. Um, you know, I think I understood what they were doing with Slipknot. They were trying to show that Amanda Waller is not fucking around and that she really is gonna blow up your head. But it should have been done like Assault on Arkham. It should have been somebody that you didn't really care about getting their head blown off. What happened?
About Slipknot.
Yeah, yeah. Like in Assault on Arkham, it was the KG Beast. He was being
I would
snubbed.
have had him with Slipknot though.
What happened?
I said I would have rather watched KG Beast in the movie instead of Slipknot. I
Oh
really have
hell
no
yeah!
connection.
I personally I fucking love the KG Beast, but I really think it should have just been like some other random throwaway that you prove that you're actually willing to blow up the head than killing Slipknot. You know.
I don't know. I thought Will Smith did a really good job as Deadshot.
He wasn't as Will Smith as I thought he was gonna be. I didn't see. You know what I'm talking about. I didn't hear nothing
Yeah,
like
right.
that. He was a little bit jokey. For Floyd. Floyd is supposed to be like a really like super intelligent cat. Um,
Right.
but I thought that it wasn't as Will Smith as I thought it was gonna be, so it wasn't bad. Um, he wasn't too Will Smith, which was good. It was not bad. I thought the film was
He didn't ruin the movie in any way. He didn't take away anything from the movie.
no.
He definitely was a good addition, I guess, to the cast.
Yeah, and dude, I'll give him this. He fucking wears the mask more than Thor has ever worn his helmet. So, fucking kudos to Will. He's willing to wear that mask, not have his face on the screen, but fucking Chris Hemsworth over there isn't even willing to put on the helmet. Yeah.
And I also like the way that Joker was showing his personalities through his clothes. I mean, I really thought that was kind of just the different shit he would wear. A suit, then turn around and wear a fucking leather coat with no fucking shirt on and no fucking shoes. some
Yeah.
some Arkham pants.
lot of character. A lot of character to
Right.
with just wardrobe.
Like I said this off the air too. I liked certain aspects of his character. I like them making him out to be like a straight up gangster, even though he was like nuts and but some of the shit was just over the top for me. It was just a little too forced. It was just some of it was unnecessary. Like he could have still been a great Joker without a lot of that extra shit he was doing, and without the infatuation with Harley. They could have did that the other way too, like Rick mentioned. But
Yeah.
it was like I said, it wasn't fucking terrible, but it was just I don't know.
I'll tell you this. At least to me, I think I would watch that film eventually in my lifetime more than I watched Batman vs Superman.
Yeah, no question about it.
Just
Yeah.
personally.
I also one other thing I wanted to say was I still do like the fact that no matter how mediocre this film might have been, it still sets my Batman universe up.
Yeah.
I
yeah,
don't
and
think
a
I
great
understand how important that is to me. I really need to see a lot of these characters on screen, unlike Nolan or any of the other Batman movies. I mean, you got the Joker. You always get the Joker. We've gotten a Penguin, or at least some version of the Penguin. And then it's like that weak version of Bane,
Catwoman.
version of Catwoman. But I mean, I really like the fact that I'm going to see Killer Croc, which gives, I might even see some other characters, which might even let me get a Mr. Freeze down the line.
Yeah, a good Mr. Freeze. There's a lot of potential and a lot of stuff that can come from this. Really want to see a new Penguin. I really I can't wait to see another version of the Riddler.
Right.
It sets up a lot of really cool stuff. The Flash cameo was funny. That was good.
The electric.
What happened?
The electric.
Yeah, I don't know about that electricity color, but
Yeah, You know what? I don't even like the fact that it's so fucking much. I don't mind it because you know in the comic you see the electric trails and everything coming out of him. That's cool. But my thing is even when he moves short distances, it's like it just lights up the whole entire room. Like that kind of
Yeah.
bothered me a little bit.
Like, so basically, anybody that's close to you when you run fast, their phones are fucking dead.
Like, you, um,
Every electronic within 10 feet of you is fucking doomed, is what you're telling me.
but it was a nice cameo, man. Just to even have
It was
just to have
fun.
him pop up.
Yeah, and not a cameo, but it was fucking funny when Batman punched the shit out of Harley
Right.
on the water, got all crazy on his ass, bitch. Eh.
Yeah,
My daughter thought that was the funniest thing ever.
Yeah, that was a funny ass scene.
that was like very Batman-esque to me.
Yeah, just a
I
fucking
thought that was funny and cool. Definitely.
punched her in the damn face.
Yeah, I didn't like the scene with Floyd and him in the alley because I don't think that I don't see Batman grabbing him right there with that kid.
No, you're right.
Yeah,
Batman would have followed him all the way home.
yeah. I mean, you already know he'd have waited all damn night if he had to.
We're talking about Batman in this universe, though. He is got an itchy trigger finger, and he's kind of nuts. So, so this Batman gives no fucks. So
you might be right with that one because I couldn't. I kept playing that over in my head. I just didn't see a scenario where he would have grabbed him right there. Because, you know, Florida set it off. I mean, he's not one of the most popular characters, but it'll go down in a heartbeat with him.
He had the gun out. He's like, I'm
Right, yeah.
shooting
It's not right. Yeah. So, I mean, I wasn't mad at Will Smith. I wasn't mad at Deadshot at all. I actually pretty much liked Deadshot, and I didn't think I was going to like him. So, I mean, it was a lot of elements to this film that I did like, and I liked them so much that they outweighed the things that I didn't like.
I liked his fucking costume. That's for sure. They did a great job on his costume and the
Oh
mask.
yeah, the costume. Yeah.
So, it was something else.
That was one of the figures that I'm really looking forward to from Mafex. Actually, I hope they don't fuck that up.
Yeah. Yeah. I hope they don't fuck it up.
Yeah. Did Fabio see it?
Fabio, you saw it? He ain't see that shit.
Well, no point now. You guys spoiled the entire goddamn thing for me. Thanks.
I already would have taken you already, man. What's going on?
Basically.
I mean, he took me out for dinner. I didn't want to ask for the movie.
Listen, man.
In a movie, that's a fact.
You have to put out after dinner. You can get a movie.
Basically.
Never let them tell you that you can't get a movie if you got to put out.
All right, lesson learned, because I feel like I got screwed now. Yeah, you know what? I was kind of interested before the movie came out, and I read all the reviews and all that stuff, and I'm just like, maybe I'll wait. Maybe it's not one of those movies I'm really like dying to go to the theater to see. Although my girlfriend really wants to see it, so if anything, I'll end up seeing it with her.
Hey, you know what? While we're talking about it, I'm going to say this: the reviews are bullshit. Seriously, I was just even reading the reviews. I'm like, these people have no idea what the fuck they're talking about, and I'm not even talking about in the sense of if the movie was good or bad. Just even when they were talking about the characters, like you obviously do not know these characters. Like seriously, you wouldn't even fix. That's like saying having a review about Deadpool and say, "Oh my God, this movie was horrible. He was so raunchy, that foul mouth." It's like,
can you believe he talked directly to the screen? He's not Ferris Bueller.
I mean, but that's what pissed me off about it. It wasn't that people didn't like the movie. It pissed me off when they started talking about the characters. And one guy said every character was like, what do you want to some racist shit about every character? And I like Boog said about Croc. I mean, my biggest problem is just the BET, man. That really bothered me. But talking about the Asian girl with the sword, and I mean, that's the fuck she is. You don't see a bunch of American motherfuckers running around with no damn ninja sword.
Yeah, they're not stereotypes; they're archetypes.
Well, yeah. So I'd give it a. I think I said this already too. I'd give it a generous 6 out of 10 for me, man.
I don't know. I'll do like a 6.5. I don't know. Like I said, I've seen it twice, and I haven't bought Batman versus Superman. I like the Batman parts. I think I liked that movie less than I did when I first seen it because I thought it was okay, and now I kind of really don't like the movie. and that because the movie was. I think it was a lot of parts. It just made it long as fuck, man. Right, so, but I will buy some.
All right, should we move into the Q&A now?
Yeah, let's see what's down in the questions.
Yeah, let's get some people start contributing in the Q&A. And real quick, just give us some thoughts of what you thought of the Suicide Squad. Now that we're done talking about it, just give us an overview of what you thought, whether it was good or bad. I kind of want to know the general consensus.
The acting was great.
Yeah, I've heard that. I've heard that the characters were, the actors really tried to bring a lot of life to their characters, even though they weren't in the movie a lot. Or as well developed as some of the other characters, like Harley and Deadshot were probably, I heard, the most developed, had the most lines and stuff. I don't know. My girlfriend really wants to see it. She likes Harley Quinn. She's a girl, therefore she likes Harley Quinn.
I hope your girlfriend is one of those people who like Harley Quinn but just does not understand the character.
Oh, I think that's exactly what she is. That's probably why she'll like this movie, though, because you guys were saying it sounds like they just made the pop culture version of Harley and not the true version of Harley.
Well, you got a lot of the females upset at her, like Harley wasn't a highly sexualized character.
Well, I mean, because she debuted in a cartoon originally.
You know what though? You're right, and that's the biggest thing that a lot of people only know the cartoon.
Yeah, they don't even know that she became a comic character after the cartoon. I at least know that.
Yeah. Everyone assumes she's been around forever. Suicide Squad was a ripoff of Guardians of the Galaxy. One too many corny one-liner jokes. Okay at best, says Colossal Customs.
The Suicide Squad had shit to do with fucking Guardians of the Galaxy.
Let's see. Just trying to read everybody's thoughts here. Internet is just going crazy. He's holding down this chat. Suicide Squad was incredibly choppy. The characters were barely realized, and I hated, among all else, the relationship between Joker and Harley. Joker treated Harley as his equal. That has never been featured in the comics. Harley is just a disposable toy for him. But if they do Mr. Freeze as a villain, they just need to adapt Bruce Timm and Paul Dini's Sub-Zero storyline from Batman, the animated series. I think Mr. Freeze would make a good villain. I mean, it's going to take a good Mr. Freeze to make everybody forget about Arnold Schwarzenegger.
I think what a lot of people need to do is understand that I don't think that they're trying to keep same old with certain things in movies. I mean, people come up with an idea, they pitch them. Somebody has to like the idea. I mean, I just think that people should give it a try. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work.
Arnold is the greatest of all time for that performance, says Internet. I mean, it's a good one. It's a really good performance. It's memorable. I mean, that's what everybody wants. Let's see. Choppy film, terrible cuts, underdeveloped characters, misinterpreted characters and relationships. Overall, it gets a 4.5 out of 10 for Internet. He's more critical than others, though, he says.
Yeah.
What killed the dinosaurs? The Ice Age. I mean, it's for the record books, you guys.
Oh,
Don Tony loves Suicide Squad. Ew, even more reason to hate the guy.
Oh man, Don Tony, huh?
There he is again.
There he is.
All right, we're getting some questions from the Q&A now. What do we think about the Supergirl TV show and their Superman? Or like Super Badonkadonk, man.
And they picked the guy from what's that show? Teen Wolf from MTV.
Oh, yeah, that's what that picture was I saw on the internet.
He's got the Superman outfit, but his ass is just bulging out of it. Like the guy is stacked in all the right places.
Got the ass shots.
Oh man!
Damn! I just came back to the weirdest conversation.
Yeah, you did.
He was talking about
Supergirl, Superman. Well, okay, this got brought up in the Raw Live Unedited chat that we have on Facebook, and the way that they framed the advertisement for the Supergirl or the Superman thing on Supergirl, it sounds so hyper-sexualized, it's crazy. It's like Superman is coming on Supergirl or something like that.
That's his
I don't know about that. I don't know about that phrasing. I don't know how that got past any sort of
Shit.
approval.
That was literally the line?
Pretty much, yeah.
Wow. Wow.
But really, there's like no way they could say it that doesn't sound super highly sexualized.
First of all, if you're working in television these days, you should already know, like, the culture of, like, that is right now, if you saying some stupid shit like that, come on now. You got to have some young people that work in your marketing department that know better than that shit. Come on now.
They must
Right, their entire job is to make sure it doesn't sound sexual.
Right.
They have one job.
They must have done it on purpose and hope for it to go viral or something.
Well, okay, Internet is chiming in. It says it was a fan poster, and it said Superman is coming in Supergirl. Much better. I mean, if I were the marketing department guy, I would have been like, Superman is coming on top of Supergirl. Superman is coming into Supergirl. Superman is coming adjacent to Supergirl. Superman is coming around Super. There's no way that it works.
No way at all.
No, that's why you just don't do that poster. But it's a fan poster, so whatever. But the point is, yeah, I don't think anybody's really watching Supergirl, right?
Dude, that show was balls. Man, that show sucks.
I heard it was a super corny first season. I saw the fight scene between her and Red Tornado.
Is it at least appealing to, like, preteen girls or something like that?
Yeah.
I don't know who the audience is, though, because it was, season 1 was on ABC. So, the people that watch ABC are middle-aged moms who like Desperate Housewives, or, did like that.
You watch Age of the Shield, man.
All right, but, that's another thing. It's kind of made for that audience. So it feels like it's made for that audience, but it's kind of marketing more towards girls, but, like, no girls really watch it. It's weird. They just didn't have the right audience on ABC, so now it's joining CW.
This is
CBS,
what it is.
My bad. It's on CBS. Thank you, Diego.
ABC was going to get rid of that show eventually anyway. I don't really remember ABC.
CBS.
You said CBS?
It's actually CBS, yeah.
Yeah, because if it was ABC, man, they get rid of all type of shit all the time.
That's actually surprising to me. I would think that show would be on ABC.
I saw the first trailer before Supergirl premiered, and it just seemed like the corniest thing in the world. Like, it was straight up like single female white lawyer kind of thing. She's a reporter, but it's all about her going through her way, making her way through the work world, and it's ruled by the patriarchy. And I don't know, man. It was cheesy from the get-go, and the trailer gave away the entire first episode. The whole thing was that Superman wasn't going to be on it because they wanted to, like, have her be her own story. And now that Superman is joining, it's like, what's even the point? How big is his role going to be?
Man, I only.
But if you ever read a DC comic, you would know what his role would be to Supergirl.
I only watched the first episode, and I watched the episode that crossed over.
Rick, you actually got something. Or somebody knows.
Who was it?
I don't know.
It wasn't me.
That'd be you.
Oh, it was Fabio.
Oh.
Which, sorry about that, Fabio. I only watched the first episode, and I watched the crossover episode with the Flash, and even the crossover episode with the Flash, terrible. I could fucking barely watch it, man. It was terrible.
I like the way Supergirl was handled in Justice League Unlimited.
Yeah, I agree,
that.
man. 100% agree.
Right, that was the way I liked her to be handled. Like, she fit in, actually. She was missed. She was a child, well, not a child, but she was a teen that pretty much had all the superpowers of Superman and just wasn't ready to save the world. So they, I just love the way they
Wasn't she on the Superman animated series too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Supergirl always pops up. I mean,
the point here being that I don't think Superman coming to Supergirl is really going to attract any of us to see the show.
No, and the guy that's Superman looks terrible. So.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not digging his look. He looks he's got a very, like, wide torso but very skinny arms, so he looks a little weird.
Bubble butt Superman.
Bubble butt Superman, the one and only. Moving on, let's get some more. Oh, speaking of television, comic book television, how about Ghost Rider coming to Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.?
Yeah.
Is that what's happening?
Well, it's not the Johnny Blaze Ghost Rider. the one from Marvel now, the one that rides the car.
Yeah, it's the one with the vintage car.
Yeah, the hot rod or
Yeah, the
whatever.
hot rod guy.
I think his name's like Robbie Romero or something like that. I mean, it's kind of interesting. I guess we'll see how it works.
That's just racist right there. Robbie Romero with a hot rod.
At least he's I think he's of like Mexican descent or something like that. So just
Yeah, he's like
another reason to have a more multicultural cast on television, which
With
is
the
something
hot
they're
rod.
always looking for.
They had to give him,
Robbie
they had to give him
Reyes.
a racer, huh?
Man, we are terrible. We are sucking on these names. It's Robbie Reyes.
Reyes, whatever.
Yeah, it's I don't know how it's gonna fit in as a person who watches Agents of Shield and never stops. I don't really know how he's gonna fit in. It's cool, but I don't know how he's gonna fit in.
Come on, Fabio. Close
I mean, I think the big thing is how the hell they're gonna get away with the budget for it. Because I don't see them putting a flaming skull on screen for more than 10 seconds per season, let alone per episode. So we'll see how that works.
They did Deathlock. They did
Yeah, but Deathlock was a guy in a laser tag vest. Come on.
What I'm saying is those certain things about him though had to still be CGI.
Yeah, but I mean,
CGI.
think of Hive though. Hive, we saw his quote unquote true form for like 10 seconds in the finale of the season last season. So Ghost Rider is a presence that needs to be seen a little bit more than that.
I really
How are
don't
you gonna get away with it?
I don't want to see Ghost Rider on that level. We echoing. I don't want to see Ghost Rider on that level though. Like that's a big screen thing. That's not some TV shit. You know what I'm saying?
That's a big screen or Netflix. It shouldn't be.
Right.
It shouldn't be really anywhere else.
But here's the thing: they can do both because they have this Robbie Reyes, and if they ever want to do the faithful Danny Ketch or Johnny Blaze Ghost Rider, then they still have a separate character for that.
They would never meet. They would never ever meet in the cinematic universe.
Oh, definitely not. But they could still do it. Even like Netflix, like you said, they could maybe do like a Ghost Rider Punisher kind of thing. That'd be cool.
Yeah, the problem is that at least what the showrunners claim for Agents of Shield, they said that anybody that appears on Agents of Shield most times cannot interact with people on the films because they have to act like Shield doesn't exist and they have to act like Phil Coulson is dead. So
that's their cop out basically.
Yeah, it is hard. It is going to be hard to get characters that you like from Agents of Shield in the films.
And you know what's funny? Even speaking about acting like Phil Coulson is dead and all that other shit, it's crazy how with all of this shit going on with the Avengers and all this technology Tony Stark has, he doesn't know Phil Coulson is alive.
Right.
We were arguing, not to even get off subject, but I was arguing back and forth with Ty, and we were talking about he was saying that where was Batman and the Justice League when all that shit was happening with in Suicide Squad. And I brought the point, like, that's like asking where the fuck was the Avengers at when all that shit was going down with Captain America and Winter Soldier. I never understand solo movies. They try to explain, like, oh, well, they're off here doing this, that, another. You're like, bullshit, come on. Captain America is a fugitive. That's all across the fucking world. Where the fuck is Iron Man? Like, I don't know. I just wanted to say that.
All right. Any more
Fuck
questions?
y'all.
Damn, this guy I wasn't sure if I was here for this, but this son of a bitch that promotes the stupid Don Tony podcast is talking more and more now.
We don't even need to mention him. People are already turning against him. They're saying that Don Tony.
What is he saying?
I don't know. This guy.
I can't see the.
He pretty much comments on everything we say, but like refers it to Don Tony. Like Don Tony loves the Justice League Unlimited. Don Tony loves Harley Quinn's ass. Don Tony loves Big Dick. Like he's going everywhere.
Don Tony loves Big Dick.
I mean, that guy wrote it. It must be true. Let's see. Pharaoh, do you have any extra Deadpools by any chance?
Man, I'm up to 19.
Oh, okay. So you got a couple floating around, right?
So I got 18 extra.
one more thing before we move on from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is that they have access to the entire Inhumans cast, including the royal family now.
Is that
Um,
true?
I don't. Well, because Inhumans got taken off the movie schedule.
Yeah, they did.
So that could be something we'll see in the movie, in the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. show. One thing I did want to ask is if we ever got to talk about any of the Netflix stuff that got revealed, like the Luke Cage trailer, the Defenders teasers,
Luke Cage trailer.
Iron Fist teaser.
Luke Cage trailer was.
Yeah, what do we all think about that? What do we all think about the bulletproof black man?
Sounds like
I think
Pharaoh.
the same thing I think about the fucking guy in Suicide Squad that has the same shirt that all the other Mexican gangsters have.
Simone.
I forgot that guy. And he was so against doing anything. Then all of a sudden he's ready to he's
For
just
my family.
on a mission, not doing anything. Then he's just walking around on a mission and not doing shit.
I'm very strong. I could easily kill everyone. You know what?
Oh, shit. But
I'd rather you guys almost die.
The Luke Cage trailer looks cool. You know, I don't know. I hope it doesn't suffer from some of the same things with Jessica Jones of like some repetitive shit happening over and over, whatever. Like how many times are we going to see him get shot and nothing happen? And like, yeah, it's got to be a little deeper than that. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, he's damn near invincible. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I'm glad you brought that up because that was one of the things I was thinking when Walton's girl that plays Misty Knight was saying like, you might be bulletproof, but Harlem isn't.
Right.
So I'm thinking like, you know, when Luke Cage goes into these hallways and he's taking like entire clips to the face and he's coming out of there unscathed, a lot of those bullets have to bounce off of him. A lot of those bullets have to miss him and like just get blasted into the streets, maybe hitting innocent bystanders. Right. So I could see that being one of the plot points as far as the collateral damage that comes about, even though he's fine and he's doing what's technically a good thing for his city. There's collateral damage that comes out of it that's bad.
It's good that Misty is on the show because I think it's going to be tough with just him.
Like a motherfucker again.
That's Fabio. But
Fabio, what's the guy on over there?
Man, what is going on over there, Fabio? Damn it! It's good that Misty's on there. Like Fabio said, she had that quote about Harlem not being bulletproof. It's good for him to have somebody actually on the superhero level with him because I don't know. It could easily suffer from Jessica Jones syndrome where it was just too long for no reason.
Well, I don't know if she's gonna have her powers or her metal arm this season.
I highly doubt that. I could see that being a plot point at the end or something. She might lose her hand or whatever the case.
Yeah.
I'll set it up for the
might be doing something going on with Luke Cage as far as getting shot. She probably was shot when she told him.
Yeah.
Harlem ain't bulletproof, motherfucker.
Look at my arm. It's bulleted
Look
up.
at my arm, you motherfucker. Look at it.
You bald-headed son of a bitch. Listen here, melonhead. Look at my arm.
All right.
I mean, one of the big things in the trailer was how he comes out of the tank and he's got the tiara and the bracelets.
Oh,
God.
Classic.
Oh, I know you were into that, Pharaoh.
Oh, God. That is...
coming out of the shower.
I'm telling you. Okay, listen. I'm not finna go into that whole thing where having people think I hate gay people because that's not the case. But that was... man, listen. That dude, when they first... He came out with that tiara, those bracelets, when they had him in that blouse and them tight jeans and his whole boot. Oh, man, come on.
Well, he's from the 70s. That was like 70s badassery.
You ain't with no black man running around with them damn boots on no damn tiara.
Man,
have you heard of a zoot suit?
Half of Harlem was wearing tiaras back in the 70s, homie.
Yeah, I bet you money. I wasn't in Harlem. And if Boog was in Harlem in the 70s, he was a baby. But I bet you if he go back and ask some of his people, his pops or anybody, if they from Harlem, if they would walk around with tiaras on, they're gonna tell him hell, motherfucker, no.
No tiaras, but you got to know that that's like the end of the disco era and shit, and it was some flamboyant, some crazy outfits and shit.
Yeah, they had billowy shirts.
Some Rick James shit. I'm already knowing, but still, man, a tiara. That's what I mean. Come on, like why the fuck do you? Why does he have on a tiara and bracelets? And he had a chain around his tight ass skin tight pants.
He had the discount bargain bin '70s yellow shirt.
Hey, Jesse
And
Falcon
pirate
said it.
boots.
Jesse Falcon on my picture when I posted it, I'll never forget it. They look like they're cruising for cop.
Yeah, I remember that.
That shit was stupid.
Oh, shit.
You know, someone's noticing that no, he's not really wearing the yellow shirt at any point. He's got like the yellow inside of his hood. But I noticed that the tone of the show, like the way it's colored, is very yellow. So that's kind of interesting. I mean, I hope he's got a yellow shirt,
Like a motherfucker.
billowy or not. You know, even if it's a puffy pirate shirt, I think it'll be okay if it's yellow. What else we got as far as questions? What's one thing figure companies have never done with figures that you would like them to do?
Pretty
I
good.
don't even know if that's even a question that can be answered at this point in time now.
Yeah, because if we don't know that we want it, how can we say that we need companies to make it?
I mean, you know, when I was before this whole boom of figures that we're in right now, the major thing that I was always hoping for was all of this articulation that we're getting right now. So
Yeah, ankle pivots need to be a must for pretty much any figure these
I'm pretty
days.
much
I'll
weird.
tell you. I'll tell you what these figure companies need to do that they're not doing. I want a real Toy Story where these motherfuckers are thinking for themselves. Where that at? We need
I
it.
need my toys to have sentience, please.
Yeah.
Hey, that should be so weak.
Yeah,
You be bored so fast.
Dude, there's two ways that could go. That could go very Toy Story, or it could go very Small Soldiers.
man, we're about to get the car, run them all over. That's the
They
end
be
of
tied
them.
up. Fabio, they be had Rick ass tied up over there. Poke him. All right, poke his ass. They're poking him with knives. and shit.
We're about to have
Yeah, man, I gotta go for Pokemon.
Todd's two dogs killing these toys, man. That's what we're gonna do.
They
I
gonna
want
fuck
to
Todd up.
see more import companies able to really delve deeper into specific licenses and really give us more complete teams and stuff like that, man. That's what I want to see. But you know, I want to see a few unique things from Figure Arts or Figma or something too. Like I think we mentioned this before, but I'd love to see one of them tackle Thundercats and shit like that.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, as far as what companies haven't done that we could actually want, is pretty much all just gonna come down to licenses that nobody's done yet. Like, I would love for somebody to fucking make a super articulated, good version of characters from the animated series of Avatar. You know, at Last Airbender or Legend of Korra, whatever it may
Yeah,
be.
that'd be cool.
I mean, Good Smile, the people that work in partnership with Max Factory that do the Figmas, they have the license for Legend of Korra because they're doing the Nendoroid. So hopefully somebody's in their ear telling them that we want Figmas too. You know, stuff like that is pretty much all I can think of that one of us could request is just a license.
Not me, man. I want someone to actually talk. Well, as far as licenses go, I want them to tackle Mortal Kombat for real. I don't think that anything that they've really been giving us has actually been worth having, especially at the price points or whatever. But I mean, a lot of people don't support. I mean, a lot of people be like what Boog said about the Thundercats, whatever. You can get a company to come in and develop some great figures for shit. But I mean, you're gonna have to pay for them. People are not even aiming that at you, Boog. Just saying people. Period. No, I mean, no one wants to support a bunch of the Kickstarters, and everybody wants it for cheap. You want them to come in, design all this shit, and give it to them for $15. You know, I don't know.
Hmm.
I mean, I think for Mortal Kombat, I'm gonna have to wait for those Mezcos and see how those look.
Yeah.
At least for classic.
I'm not really excited about them shits, but we'll see.
I mean, we were talking before the chat how Pharaoh doesn't like the Mezco armored Batman, which is interesting because, I mean, I said Batman in the name of it and he doesn't like it. That should shock everybody.
No, it shouldn't. I like Batman, but I'm not a fucking sucker. They ain't finna get me to buy some bullshit.
Right.
Damn, sucker free zone.
I pass up on Batman shit in the aisles every day. It's all type of goofy shit.
Wasn't there? Speaking of passing things in the aisles, you know, going back to Killer Croc, wasn't there something on BET called Sucker Free Sundays?
Yep.
All right. What more questions we got?
Let's see. I know.
TV.
I know. Colossal
mean,
Customs had another
beautiful.
question. Something about figure regrets. Something we regret passing on. I'm just trying to word it exactly. What is one figure you regret most, and your best sleeper figure? So, like, I guess he means like which one we regret buying most, maybe.
Regret buying most.
Yo, Pharaoh, you still got the bat pot?
The what?
The
You
bat
talking about
pot.
for Mayfex?
Yeah.
Yep.
You tried the new Mayfect, the new Batman on it?
Hell no, man. That damn thing buried somewhere in the back of the closet, man.
Yeah.
I think I should, though. Like you say.
I don't know if I really regret picking up really any figures.
Yeah,
I might regret like getting into a line because I'm like, oh shit, now I gotta buy more from this line because I really like it.
I more so regret not buying things. Like,
Yeah.
the famous story of seeing Dragon Mans in a store and just thinking that they were stupid as fuck.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Man, what a stupid mistake that was.
You're
And
like,
I think the only good call I ever made was that I bought that Revoltech Wally, that Revoltech Wally for like $40.
Okay.
That Revoltech Wally goes for like almost $300.
He's clarifying right here though. He's actually saying which figure do you hate the most that you've picked up? You know, like regret having.
Oh.
And then what's one that you enjoy more than you thought?
Okay.
I'll tell you a really, really bad figure was that deluxe Ant-Man and Ant set.
Oh
Yep.
my god,
Same
yeah.
thing. Terrible. I wish I never bought it.
That's
Terrible.
fucking terrible.
I
You know
think
what?
mine was Mayfex
I feel
Spider-Man.
ashamed that I bought that shit. Like, I feel like I'm not a real collector for buying that shit.
I mean, I got it just to repaint. I didn't buy it, but I got that little Ant-Man just to repaint it, you know, for a little MSD thing. But it is terrible, man. It's basically like a Marvel masher. Like all those parts come apart just so easily.
Oh, easily, yeah.
It's like somebody came to your house and told you, like, man, if you buy this metal detector, you're gonna be rich, and you were just like, yeah, and then you got it, and then you were like, damn, man, what did I do?
Man, but you know what? Everybody, when that first hit, I don't know about the community, but all you dudes, I know for a fact, Boog watched the video I put. I did it in the car. Boog watched it. I know for a fact. I know Rick, you seen it. A couple others seen it. When I put that damn thing together, that thing fell straight apart.
Yeah, Glenn Webb did a review of it, and it couldn't even stand on its own legs. It would just give out from underneath it.
Ty said he wanted it. I said, great. Bring it right over to you.
Going back to the question, though, what's another figure that you enjoy more than you thought you would?
Cable.
Yeah, the new one?
Yeah, the new one. I like it a lot more than I thought I would. And I was damning that figure. I'm sure you go back a couple of podcasts, I was saying that I fucking thought that it was so stupid. And getting it in, it had just much more detail. It was a lot better than I thought it was going to.
Let me think. What did I enjoy?
What about that Newt? That's got to be up there.
I pretty much, it wasn't really anything that really surprised me with that figure. And I haven't really explored its full potential yet either, because I'm going to need to heat it up just to be able to really move for how I think she probably should be moved. But I never really planned on doing much but setting her up in my display case anyway, so it wasn't like I was going to have her doing nothing crazy. But
well, a figure I regret actually having were hand ninjas. I regret even going to, like, buying a bunch of them damn things at one time. Those figures were pretty awful.
they are pretty bad. But you know what? When they first came out, we all thought they was pretty nice. So
I never liked them. They couldn't do shit.
I did about as much as you possibly could do with their articulation scheme. But yeah, looking back on them, they are pretty fucking awful figures.
I don't know.
If I wouldn't have bought him at such a good deal, I would have been mad too.
Oh, I can tell you, I think the greatest for me, though, was buying DC Direct figures, period. especially what 8 years ago. Those are just horrible figures, man. Some of them look really nice, but for the most part, all of those figures are pretty bad.
I regret getting. I can't really think of like too many lately. Like I said, it's just kind of stuff that I kind of shouldn't have gotten into buying because now I have to get an entire series of them. I will say that one figure that I bought that really surprised me even more, and I say it all the time, and it's this Mezco Captain America. Because I mean, I knew it was going to be a solid figure because I already love that Batman, but this Captain is just one of those figures that you just can't stop articulating. And to go back to Sonic Rockman's question, no, I didn't skip it. I was just waiting till I could chime in. I don't really worry about tearing any of the cloth on it. Like everything feels super sturdy on it. Obviously, you don't want to twist it in weird ways. You just gotta feel it. You could feel the joint underneath the fabric, so you know which way you're moving it. But the construction is just so solid on it. I don't even worry about it at all. It just feels like any other figure. Yeah, I highly recommend this Captain America. Maybe even get the modern one. I think it might be a little bit better for the articulation on the legs because the pants are a little bit more baggy.
Yeah.
Rick.
Buying that Commander Steve Rogers, that's for damn sure.
Yeah, that's a good one too, for sure. Oh, I guess we were going to talk about the Punisher a little bit that went up for pre-order.
Yeah, we can close it. We can close out with that and then answer anything quick right after.
Yeah. Well, basically, the new Mezco Punisher went up for pre-order. It's the fully loaded version. It's a previews exclusive. Price tag $130. Comes with Thunderbolt's chest piece, which is removable, and he has the regular white skull underneath. Comes with a trench coat. Comes with all the weapons from the other two versions combined. What else? What else?
Comes with a duffel bag.
Duffel bag, yeah. So yeah, it's
and it comes with that. It's basically like the super version.
Yeah, like I said, it's pretty much all the accessories from both versions combined, plus a trench coat.
Yeah.
I mean, it looks good. That's probably the version I'm going to be getting, honestly, because.
Same here. That's the one I pre-ordered.
Yeah, because I mean, I like the skull chest plate, and I would like it in white, but I'm cool with having the red one and just not displaying it with it and having the white skull underneath. If that's the compromise that I have to make to get everything else plus the trench coat, which is, Punisher's got to have a trench coat, then I'm cool with that.
I'm going to prime that thing up and paint that damn thing white.
You're not going to get Michael Wisman to do it for you?
No, I don't need him to do that one for me. Michael Wisman's very talented. Don't ever say his name like that again.
The Wisnator?
I mean, the insult was meant to be there for you.
And man, yeah, you meant to insult me, except for I'm a greater power to you are. You can never insult me.
Yeah.
Oh, Christ Messiah, Pharaoh.
All right, let's take a question. Wrap it up.
More questions.
All right, wrap that shit
up. Rick and Fabio, what was your favorite thing at the WWE Mattel panel at SDCC? His favorite thing was Elite AJ Styles and Elite Shinsuke Nakamura.
Yep, yes it was.
Yeah, those are two good ones. Corey Graves as an announcer is a big one for me. Kind of opens the doors for some more backstage interviewers and all that stuff, so I'm down for that. I don't know. I don't even remember, honestly, what was on that panel. The zombies actually look pretty cool. I'm only going to get the Bray Wyatt, though, because I want the coat that he comes with.
Hey, those things, I seen those the other day in Walmart, too.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I seen John Cena,
Page.
Wait, how did you... Pharaoh, how did you do that? How did you do that? You can't see John Cena.
Damn.
They had like six or seven different characters.
His time is now.
Your time is up, Pharaoh. Here's a quick one for you, Boog. Pennington54 wants to know how much is estimated shipping to the UK from the A.C.B.A. shop.
Depends. I don't recommend that you try to ship anything carded, but if you do, it'll be about $40 in shipping.
But you could get people the option to ship it loose?
Yeah, you could just have your shit shipped loose. I'll break down the case for you and put it in the smallest boxes possible, and it'll cost you a lot less. probably more than half of that will be taken away. You won't have
He's
to.
trying to get cases of figs and tendrils. So yeah, you can get those figs opened up, and that'll cut down the shipping.
We just shipped a bunch of loose shit internationally this past week. So yeah, that would be what I recommend for you. But if you do want everything carded, we don't have a problem doing that. It's fine. You just have to pay the shipping.
Internet says that the Mezco line looks really out of place with Legends. You know, I disagree to a certain extent. I'm here with my Hydra Goons and my Mezco cap, and I think they look, you know, they're pretty decent and scaled together.
Yeah.
Obviously, the visual look of them is pretty different because
I don't really like the way it
joints.
looks together. Some people can get away with it. Like, you know, I see some of Darius's pictures, and like, you know, some people could kind of finesse it that have really nice cameras and what have you. But for the most part, the Mezco figures look too much different in my opinion too. I would have to agree with that. I don't know.
But that's a good thing, though. The thing is, they're not Marvel Legends, so why wouldn't they look different?
Right? Yeah.
It's their own scale. I mean, you buy the Mezco figures, you buy Mezco. Not saying that you can't do what you want to do with your figures, but I mean, I don't think Mezco was concerned with making their figures fit in with Marvel Legends.
Right.
Marvel Legends.
He says that looks okay, but Heroes with Heroes looks wacky. I mean, you know, it is what it is. My Mezco cap isn't the front of my, like, you know, Marvel figure display. He sits by himself. My Legends cap still sits at the front of my Legends display. So, you know, they're two different lines, yeah, but you can mix and match them on occasion, you know.
Yeah,
obviously, the visual look of them is very contrasting, with one of them having no exposed joints and the other one's.
I'm not looking.
Have.
I wouldn't be looking to do any displays with Mezco and Legend shit anyway. I would display my Mezco stuff in my case, and if I take pictures of it, it'll be sort of like a standalone thing. I don't like mixing shit together anyway like that, honestly. So.
Yeah, I agree with that. They can get away with it with some of the, like, you know, the generic characters like goons and stuff, but yeah, I mean, it's very obvious to tell that they're not from the same line. So as far as visual uniformity, yeah, you can't do that when you mix lines like that. Yeah. All right, here's our final question, and it's one for the books, guys. This is a real brain racker. I think everybody's going to need at least a minute to think about it before we all chime in. And the question is, would you rather fight 1 horse-sized duck or 100 duck-sized horses?
100 duck-sized horses.
You're right.
That's from Michael Wisman. Yeah, fuck you guys.
I knew it had to be his ass. The Weissmeister.
Yeah.
Okay, let me get this.
The Weissmeister.
Duck. That would be pretty fucking frightening.
Yeah.
That motherfucker be quacking and sounding all crazy.
Man, I'm gonna be stomping out all those fucking little duck-sized horses, man. Tell you that.
But can you imagine how all those little hooves will feel just kicking at your shins?
I was just about to say that. That would hurt. Like fuck. Yeah, that would hurt.
Hooves will hurt,
man. It's gonna run from you if it's smaller than you. It's gonna try to turn tail. You can stomp on
Horses are fucking scaredy cats, man. They're just bigger than you, so they can hurt. But when they're small, man, you're gonna be just
Yeah, but ducks will run away from you no matter what. Well, I mean, if it's a goose or something.
Not a duck that's the size of a horse.
A duck will peck the fuck out of you. Don't get it confused.
Yeah, but it's got those awkward flappy feet. It doesn't have any weapons on its locomotive limbs.
All right, when that motherfucker
For that reason alone, I think I'll take the
bill.
Look what you started, Michael. Are you happy now? We're debating.
I'm thinking of like a regular old like Florida pond duck, you know. I'm not like a goose or something like that. Like a goose will for sure like come at you and it'll make its wings all big.
Yeah. A goose
will come at you, but a duck
come at you, bro. Definitely.
But just a regular old like mallard, you know, I think I'll be all right. I think I can take it.
I got attacked by a goose when I was a kid.
Damn, goose attack. Hashtag goose attack.
Goose nice.
Nice.
All right, and on that thought-provoking note, I think that's the end of the show.
Yes. So until next week, I guess we got mad shit comes on tonight. Sunday night is like packed full of shows and shit. They don't want you to leave the house and shit.
All right, man. I gotta
all watching
here, man.
We
Power
all
coming
watch
on.
Power. I tell you that.
Yo, are you
Hey,
guys
man.
watching? Y'all watching that? The night of. Anybody fucking with that?
Not
I'm
me.
gonna be on it. I'm gonna be on it, but I haven't yet.
That shit's good. Check that out. Also, what about Vice Principals? Y'all fucking with that?
I'm fucking
I don't
Vice
know about
Principal.
that
That's for
shit.
damn sure.
I'm still fucking with Preacher. That's what I'm waiting for right now.
Preacher's over with.
Is it?
Yeah,
Oh.
Preacher's over with almost 2 Sundays ago.
Oh, my bad.
What
I
about,
actually haven't seen it since that long, so I just got to watch the finale then.
What about Ballers? Y'all watching that?
I've heard that's good. That's the one with The Rock, right?
I've
Yeah.
only watched the first episode of the second season, but man, the first season was money. So
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Now watching Survivor's Remorse, especially you, Boog.
Yeah, I gotta catch up on that actually. I watched the first season of that, but I haven't watched anything else. I gotta.
you watching Power Boog?
Yeah, I'm watching Power. It's getting a little. I don't know, man. They gotta. It's dragging a little bit right now. I don't know what's up.
That shit's like it's like a video game, man.
I
You know,
guess.
I was just going to bring this up, and Internet just mentioned it. If you guys are looking for something new to watch, check out The Get Down on Netflix.
Oh yeah, I
Well,
want.
Stranger Things. Stranger Things and The Get Down. Watch them both.
Yeah, definitely.
Get down with the Stranger Things.
Definitely.
Stranger Things.
All right, until next week. Thanks for everybody.
Oh, let's get the plugs out the way real quick.
Oh, listen. Don't forget to watch all of that stuff that we talked about. All of the interviews from San Diego Comic Con hosted by Mr. Colin O'Crackers here. Don't forget to watch that. Check us out on Instagram at Articulated Comic Book Art. We actually running 2 donation drives right now. We're going to be doing 2 more next week. But right now, you can put up $5 for the SDCC 2015 Son Goku figure with the emblem on the chest and on the back. We got another one of those to give away, and we're trying to give away Jin Urso figure, the SDCC 2016 exclusive. So literally, all you got to do is put down $5 for either or for both to enter. The links are in the description of this video right here. For as little as $5, you can own any one of those figures. And next week we'll have another raft set up, and I think we will have maybe a Obi-Wan as well. So check that out. Definitely check out the shop. We should be getting in a bunch of new stuff this week. Once the X-Men cases start shipping, we will have a bunch of loose figures up for sale as well. So keep checking into the A.C.B.A. shop, and that's articulatedcomicbookart.com. And main course should be dropping probably tomorrow or Tuesday right here on this channel. All right, that's it for me.
Fabio?
Pharaoh's gone.
Pharaoh's gone.
All right. They call me Colonel Crackers on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, Reddit, and Steam. Yeah, stay tuned for those interviews. We got the NECA one with Randy Falk coming up tonight, probably like as soon as the show's done. And you can catch me on the Raw Live Unedited Podcasting Network at rawlivepod.com, rawliveunedited.com. And one final thing, I'm totally forgetting it, so I'm just going to move on. Rick.
And you guys know me, Rick Dom, on Cable2345 on Instagram. My partner in crime is gone. He's blonde, he's Japanese, he probably hates what you like. And we are on the Import in Action podcast at the channel Import in Action. We're going to be having a few interviews going up. Our guy that edits the videos is kind of lagging a little bit, but we'll have those interviews up, and I think we're coming back next week with the podcast, so be on the lookout for that.
And the new thing I just forgot, and that is to follow the podcast on SoundCloud. It's soundcloud.com/ACBA podcast. All the episodes are up. You can comment on them. You can go through the back catalog. You can even correct me if I name them wrong, because I do that all the time. All right, that's it. All right, we're done, I guess.
Get us out of here, man.
Sign us out. Sign us out. Oh, no. All right, we're getting into after show territory here.
Until next week, y'all. Peace.
Bob.
See ya.